What is up, everybody? What is up? What is up? Yes, this is for Biome Makeover, if that was not clear. Roberto. Yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Just me? I'm echoing. Oh, am I listening to my own stream or something? Hang on, I'm gonna mute myself. It helps if you don't have your own stream open. Whoa, that's crazy. Um, Oh, yeah, it was Lemon's fault. That's great. I'm so glad it wasn't me. That makes me so much happier. Yeah, it's just me, just Max here. We are going to be. How's the audio besides the fake echo? Music level good. I kept tweaking it. It kept feeling like it was too loud, but I thought it was fine. Um, yeah, a little trolling's fair, Jonathan. That's fine. So, yeah, so just me. We are going to be doing a little work on a new mob. One we haven't mentioned before. We haven't talked about it at all. Um, we've thrown around some concepts, and I think it'll be fun. I've done some work, as you noticed in the thumbnail. I have kind of a placeholder model and a placeholder texture, but we're going to be changing that and elaborating it and make it a little bit better. Not an illager. Good guess, though. Um, we do a little trolling. It's called trolling. Yes. Um, no, plant man. Yeah, so basically, so here's the concept. It is a, um, basically we thought of the jumping off point was like a mandrake, but we didn't want a verbatim mandrake. So the idea kind of evolved into this plant animal hybrid that is a pear man. It is pear shaped. I'll tell you why in a minute. This plant animal hybrid that kind of waddles around in the dark forests. Passive. It's not going to be neutral or hostile to the player. And they're going to have little sprouts and petals and leaves on the top of their heads that you can shear off to get different colored petals. If you remember from past updates, we've added pink petals in the Badlands and magenta petals in the swamps. So this is going to be a way to get not all the other colors, but some of the other colors. A lot of the darker and cooler colors. We'll get into the specific ones down the road. But you shear them off, you get the petals, you can use that for dyes. And then so also it's worth clarifying that a lot of this is subject to change. So some of the stuff said and established in this stream can evolve, change. We still have some other ideas we haven't worked out and some other things like that, right? So if you kill them or shear them or whatever, they have a chance to drop seeds, in which you can actually plant them and you can actually grow more of them. So instead of a breeding mechanic, like you feed them apples or twigs or whatever, I don't know. Instead of breeding them to make more of them, that you actually literally have to plant them and you have to grow them, and then they grow into another little mandrake, and then eventually they'll come out of the ground. And then you can shear them and get new petals. The colors are going to be random when they grow back each time. So it's in a way it's similar to like a sheep mechanic, that you shear them and then they'll grow back, but it won't be like there's an assigned color. Does that make sense? So let's get into what we have so far. And if you have any other questions about that, that's kind of the general concept, right? So if you have any other questions, shout them out in chat. Let's see. Sorry, I only have one monitor because I'm a pleb. And reading chat while streaming and doing things is a difficult time for me sometimes. So I want to see if I can pull up chat on my phone. But the annoying thing is, it defaults to top chat. I don't know if y'all ever deal with that. So I want to switch over to live chat and see if that helps anything. So here's our man currently. Our little, well, I guess it's not a little genderless plant person. they I intentionally didn't load the texture because I wanted you to look at basically what it would be prior to texturing. The camera's kind of weird. I don't know why it's being weird. Maybe that's just me. So here's the concept, right? We got our little legs, and then we got his big old belly. You got these kind of wider, long stretched arms, almost like root-like. Same goes to the legs; they're kind of root-like. And then a stretched out head and this little tuft up top. So here's the concept, right? They're almost like a bulb or a root vegetable. And then one reason for their head being longer is that as they go in the ground, the sprouts in the head would kind of stretch up to the top right and peek through the ground, much like real plants. Oh, is Sam calling me? He is calling me. I can continue to ignore him. I guess I'll answer. What's up?
Hi. This man, I told him I would join him in a few minutes after the stream starts, and then he just doesn't answer his Discord.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was busy streaming.
Wow.
To be fair, I didn't know if you meant in chat or in a call, so that's your fault for not clarifying. Yeah. Any additions do you want to make to what I've said so far?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, yeah. So just to clarify for those who are rolling in, yes, this is for Bio Makeover. This is for the Dark Forest update. So this next upcoming update, these little mandrake-like creatures. You might notice in the bottom it says Stimling. The name is still subject to change. We're going with Rootling for now, but that's it doesn't really matter. For all intents and purposes, you want to refer to them, just refer to them as a Rootling until that changes. So let me load in the texture, the placeholder texture.
Everything we ever do is a placeholder until it's released.
So look how much different this looks from a bunch of just like pastel colored squares to this little boy. So you notice like it kind of gets darker on the bottom. It's got again like a root vegetable, like a bulb up top, stretched out head, and then he's gonna have little flowers on top. So, one thing we will do probably immediately is the top portion has to be much larger. So if you think of a crop is a full block basically. It's 12 pixels wide, and these little flowers, this guy's tiny, really. He's less than a block big, right? So this top little flower is going to have to be a lot bigger, and I have plans for that, and that's what we're going to be doing partially in the stream. So what's chat saying, Sam? Anything interesting? It's all interesting. Anything that I need to answer.
It would be cool if there was an item that they dropped that could be planted in a plant pot.
I don't think there might be something there. I don't know.
Maybe there's nothing currently planned, at least.
Yeah, nothing currently planned. How am I not moving? Anyway, so this is the current texture for the guy. He's all splayed out. If you've never seen a Minecraft mob texture, this is what it looks like. If you've ever done, like in school or something, those paper crafts where you print out like a die or a cube and then you cut it and you fold it up and you glue it together, that's how Minecraft textures work. Yeah. It's that times a dozen, and you kind of jigsaw them together. So if we look at some crops in game, so this is the first stage of a beetroot. And we can look at this in game in just a moment. The second stage, a little bit wider. So this is 14 pixels right here. So that is basically how wide I need the top of his essentially hair to be.
So does it need to be that wide? I was thinking mainly the height is what we want, just so you can actually see it if it's growing out of the ground.
Yes, okay. It's worth clarifying. Yeah.
Because one beetroot basically in that stage text that I'm seeing at the moment could be enough.
Good.
Not all 4 beetroots. or all 3.
Yeah. So if we look at the last stage here, that is probably about right. So like
Yeah.
this selection is, what's it say? 8x10. So even actually, you probably don't even have to go that
Probably just
tall.
yeah.
Like an 8x8 would even
Yeah.
work. And then we'll have different colors on here. So let's
Yeah.
hop back in to Blockbench. So the program you were just looking at was Sprite. That's what we do most of the pixel art stuff in. And then this program right here is called Blockbench, and that's what we use to make Minecraft models and blocks and things. It's good. So if we take this texture off again, it's gonna be easier to work with if we don't have a texture on. This is currently where the plant is going to be. So Minecraft 2D textures, they kind of form a cross to kind of give it the illusion of I don't know, it being 3D, right? The illusion of dimension, even though it's just a 2D image. And
Yeah.
plants and everything do the same. The only exception that I know of that doesn't do like a straight up cross like this is actually crops. But
Some of them, yeah.
yeah,
Well, most of them, I think.
yeah,
Like all of them. I can't think of one that doesn't.
yeah.
Unless you count like berry bushes.
Actually, let's look at the game. So if we go in game here, and we go down to the ground, and then
Is it meant to be half white?
yeah, sure. Hi.
Okay.
Um,
It's just a big white bar. Sure, that's fine.
Like
we'll
me,
allow it.
please. Yeah, okay, that's it. That's all I have for now. So if we get a hoe, and then we get a carrot. Whoa, look at that achievement I got. And we till. Oh, I will also need water, won't I? I'm an amateur. Did you see that lily? That's great. We added that. So if we look at regular like Minecraft grass, it's an X. These actually form like what you kids would call a hashtag. So as it is a crop, when these little rootlings are planted, then they will probably look like this, but as an entity, they will probably be the X shape.
No, I'm going to make them a cross on the ground.
Oh, you are? Interesting. Yeah. So why is that then?
Oh, because it looks consistent between the entity and the thing. Because I want the crop to look like it's the entity poking up out of the ground, basically.
But you know what I'm going to say to that, though?
No.
What about literally every other crop? Oh, that's just the beat. What about literally every other crop is not like that? Except for pumpkin and melons.
Oh, there you go. It's like a pumpkin and a melon. There you go. Problem solved.
But they're a 3D.
Are they?
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's look. Well, I mean, it's still a cross. Yeah, it's still a cross. Yeah, it's still cross.
I think it's fine because we have to break between vanilla things, and that's like a visual thing.
Yeah.
That's like, so I think it's fine.
So yeah, actually, looking at this, if we were to have a mandrake type mob, this would look. It would be like
half that size.
Yes.
But like, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's good.
So I think across is good.
Okay. Cool. Does that make sense, chat? We on the same page? Is that good? It's worth noting that I do, in case you didn't know, the portion of the biome makeover that I do is the visual assets, if that wasn't apparent. And so I don't have the current build of the mod or the ability to add things to the mod. So I can do a quick rundown of the features we've added thus far for those who haven't seen it. But your best bet,
you're pretty much up to date, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't have anything new that if you saw the last stream, you've seen everything. So if I don't have anything that wasn't in the last stream.
If I was showing it, except maybe I updated the ancient oak generation of it, and I think that's the only visual difference.
Yes, these trees look a little different. They look a lot better actually. Not in this build, but in the other one. So, I have a question for chat. Can you name the 16 Minecraft colors without looking it up? Go.
That's dumb. Don't make them do that.
Do it. Okay. Well, fine. I'll do it. So we have black, gray. I can't type. Light gray. Is this spelled with the A or a Y in Minecraft?
I believe it's an E.
White.
I might be wrong.
Or A or E is what I meant, not A or Y. It has a Y.
I know.
Brown, purple.
Wait, there's a lot in chat
magenta,
if you're not sure.
pink. Whoa, there's so many. Y'all are doing so good. Pink, red, orange, yellow.
This is a great way to get our chat rate up to make
It sure
YouTube
is. Weird coincidence, huh? Green, cyan, light blue. Let's see. I don't know if I can even do it. Y'all are doing so good. Cow. Cow is close. Not quite a color though. Blue. Did I forget any? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. The reason why we did this, if you're wondering, we need to figure out what colors we're doing. So we've done magenta petals and pink petals in other biomes, other updates. So we're not doing those. We don't want redundancy. We want if you need pink petals, you have to get a scuddler to eat a cactus, right? That might change down the road. We might add redundancy for certain things, but in this instance, with this mob, we're not doing that. Also, we want it to be cooler colors, darker colors. So the ones I was thinking, Sam, if you agree, brown. I like cyan. I like blue. I like green. What else you feeling? Anything? One or two more?
I'm good for whatever.
We won't go black. That's a little too dark. We'll go
Probably not black, yeah.
gray. Is gray too dark?
I think we should do actual colors.
I agree with that actually. Then let's. Oh, you know what? Red would actually work because of the mushrooms.
Yeah, red, maybe
it's a
brown.
warm color.
Did you say brown? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
brown, red, green, cyan, blue is what we have.
Well, the Elunite crystals are kind of sort of a purpley blue, so maybe like a light blue or something.
So let's scrap red then and do light blue and purple.
Sure, why not?
So brown, purple.
we're sticking around the same colors for all our petals.
Yeah, brown, purple, green, cyan, light blue, blue. Does that work?
White. Someone said white. White could work.
Why couldn't
we're gonna add all the petals eventually anyway.
Yes.
Is mayonnaise a color? I guess mayonnaise is sort of like an eggshell white, right? Or it's kind of a very slightly off white, so it kind of is a color.
I was trying to think of another quote from that episode, but I couldn't. Big meaty claws. How about that? Is that a color? All right.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
You're not hip. You don't know. Well, actually, that episode's probably like 15 years old, so it doesn't matter.
Are you talking about the SpongeBob episode? I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, obviously, you don't know that well. Okay.
I mean, I remember that episode.
Black in the block blinch. So he needs a new hairdo. So what we can do, if we click on this plane right here, you can see on the top right all the different measurements, right? And positions, blah, 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 all that boring stuff. So we decided really 8x... It's so funny to me. If you think about this is their hair and it's extending. An 8x8 is kind of what we're going for. We want it to be the maximum. Whatever the biggest this is going to be, we need a canvas for that. So we're going to do an 8x8. God, that's... Woo! He's a big boy. So, but if you think about this, his head... I don't know if you can see my cursor. Probably not. His head... You can? Great. His head and down here, it needs to fit entirely in a block. So this is essentially his existence is the root system is the roots of the plant. So we can get really as big as looks good with the hair.
Yeah.
As long as the body is less than a block, and he's just like just under. He's like 13 or something. So we need to center this guy. I will probably go through and make this better. Wow, this is bad. Make this better off stream. Actually, I think that's right. And then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. 8 by 8. Cool. How are we doing in chat? They still talking about
Robert
colors?
Garcia, a little bit, but then Robert Garcia said how much health will it has, which like I don't know, like 4 hearts.
Yeah, it'll be low. It'll be chicken to pig territory probably.
Yeah, I just sort of choose an arbitrary value when I need to choose it. It's just like, it's kind of small, low health. It's kind of big, let's give it like more health.
So we have some other fun mechanics and ideas for these guys. But since I'm not working on them today, we'll just hold off until Sam does his thing. So let me get the texture back. And it's going to be messed up. Whoa, look at them levitating plants. Interesting. So if we look up here, if you look at the top left, if I click on a specific part of the body, you can see what part of the texture it's using. So this is the head. And if we go back to that like paper craft domino analogy, you can see, oh, there's his face. There's the top of the head, side, bottom. That's what this one is, bottom. So if we look at these, interesting. Okay, sorry, I'm now just thinking for me how I'm going to do that. All right.
Sure. In the chat, Zachamels asks, if you're adding new flowers, are you adding a new suspicious stew? It's only the 1 high flowers that get suspicious stew, right?
Yeah.
Which we haven't added any of those, or I don't think we're currently planning on any, but if we do, we probably will, yeah.
Yeah, I would like...
Could there be a gold variant of the Mandrake? We talked briefly about variants, but we'll talk about it another time, I think.
I mean, we could talk about it in a very general sense. I mean,
maybe.
That's
basically the answer to that.
Yes, the answer is basically maybe. Variants for the sake of variants, we're pretty meh about. We really want things to have a uniqueness and a life of their own. The closest thing that we've done to that is probably, like, I guess, the Decayed. But it's one, vanilla already sets the precedent of having zombie variants. And 2, it was kind of a unique circumstance. So we felt like it was fine. 1, 2... So right
not
now,
so bad gamer says Turnip Boy.
Turnip Boy. That's essentially, yeah.
Robert Garcia also says, will you add it so the rootling may have some kind of interaction with flowers or other plants, maybe? Yeah, we want to have like a decent amount of personality.
Yeah, so that's something. So, like, it's true for the Scuttler, true for the Toad. Any mobs that we add, especially if they're kind of more on the fantastical side, which arguably the Toad is, we definitely want it to have more life and more personality. So, okay, so what I'm going to do, this is like just a template for me to know what area I'm working in. These colors are probably the ones I'll be doing a mock of, except the cyan, actually. So here's something super important. A hot tip from me to you. You won't get it anywhere else, all right? If you are ever working on Minecraft mods and stuff, if you're ever doing texture packs, you're ever doing anything, try to be consistent with the base game as much as you can. So, in this instance, that cyan I have in Sprite right there, that is just one I pulled out. That's just one I made up on the spot. But that is not going to... I minimized it. That is not going to be consistent. So if I was to look at that color next to a dye or a cyan flower, it's going to look off. It's going to look bad. And that's going to... It's not going to be as good. So I need to go in to wherever I have Minecraft. And there it is. I was in the wrong folder. And pull up the cyan dye to get all the shades of cyan. Shades of green and other things like that, that's that's a little more up for debate. Like this could have a unique shade of green or unique shade of brown or something because it's its own plant. Like a bunch of the Minecraft flowers and stuff all have different shades of green. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. All right, so I'm in the items. That took me far too long. Dye. Sam,
Hi.
can you remember the colors I said off the top of your head?
Nope.
Okay, I will get the ones I remember. I think that's all of them. Dragon and Ace Sprites. There we go. Boom! Look at that. Did you see that? That was crazy. So if we go over to cyan, this is the cyan dye that's in the game. This is the actual image from the Minecraft game. And so these colors set the precedent of, I'll use that word a lot if you haven't noticed, if you're in our Discord, set the precedent of exactly what cyan is in Minecraft. So if I were to copy these eventually and bring them back into my rootling texture, you'll notice just how far off my colors were. So if I had gone with my placeholder color there, it would have looked off compared to the actual cyan color. Cool. Make sense?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Color.
cool. Color. Fun. So what I am thinking is that these have a central stem stalk, probably the 2x2 here, and then they kind of branch out a little bit. So we'll say this one goes like that. You know what? Let me erase this old stuff. We don't need that anymore, and it's confusing. Let's say this one goes kind of up like say like that. So we want to have like a nice organic shape and not look too uniform. So something like that could be good. So that gives me room to play with. I have a nice like 3x3 of colors of pixels around each one of these. And then I could actually almost even do that. That's kind of fun, right? What are you eating over there, Sam?
Leftover rice.
What? I'm sorry, I asked.
Leftover rice.
Oh, okay. Okay. Kind of looks like butt right now until we shade it better. So yeah, I don't have a degree in pixel art etchery. I've watched a lot of YouTube tutorials. That's my exposure to it. So what I tell you, the tips I have are mutated, regurgitated tips from other people who actually know what they're talking about. So
X-Rated Junior asks, do you draw all your textures pixel by pixel?
Good question. If it's original, yeah, you gotta start somewhere, right? In some instances, well, actually not some instances, in a lot of instances, I will pull up. Let's do that now. Actually, I will pull up a vanilla equivalent as kind of a reference, right? So, this one's kind of equivalent. Man, that looks a lot better too. So this one has big, like beets in real life have like big leafy leaves, and that's what this is emulating. But we want kind of a bunch of small petals. So if I'm using this as a reference, then I might kind of go in here and shade and like do my own thing. Like, oh, this would be that, and that would be this, and then maybe this and this and that. But I wouldn't want to copy and straight up like just palette shift. In most instances, a pre-existing texture. Yeah. So, man, this is hard to do. I'm bad at this live because the part of my brain I need to use to do this is the part of the brain I use to talk, and I don't talk when I normally do this. This looks like butt. This looks like straight butt.
I think it'll look good once it's shaded properly.
Yeah, that's the problem. So we want it darker on the bottom. Light source is generally from the top left. So the light is kissing these branches here. That's why it's lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And same goes for the petals. I don't think I like the shape of these petals. I think this is too muddy. I think I need to start over. Here's a fun thing. I will redo the same thing a good dozen times before I like it.
He does.
I actually kind of like the wide base this has. So if we go back over to Blockbench and kind of look, we've got really 3 pixels we can kind of play with there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I do 3 pixels.
Yeah, it
And
kind of looks
then-
like sort of more of an extension of their head than like a
Yeah.
plant sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Right?
Mm.
So if we get the color of the top of the head, I don't know where that's going to line up. We'll just do 4 for now. And let's actually preview that. Whoops. Oh, I've broken everything. Hang on, let me go back in the A Sprite and delete that beat because that beat is sick. And it's gonna make it a little clearer to what's actually going on here. Right. So see, it's kind of an optical illusion, but that's kind of an extension of his head, and then it kind of goes up. Yeah, that could actually look really good. What do you think?
I'm a big fan of the purple. Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, it looks good.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Beyond being broken, but it looks good.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Okay. Cool. See, we're getting somewhere. We're going somewhere. Leftover rice, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I like the 2 wide. Let's give it fewer branches. Make them more like substantial, like hardier. So let me go ahead and add that.
Calamari King asks, "Where do you do your pixel art?" And the answer is in a closet.
Yeah, well, geographically, where I am is literally inside of a closet. That's where I record in. It's better for acoustics, and also I have a small apartment. It's the best place for it. If you're talking about a program that we use, this is A Sprite. If that is kind of what you're asking.
Sounds like you're a closet boy.
I'm a closet boy. Closet boy. All right. Let's look at. I don't have a hotkey, so I have to manually swap over. Which slows me down a lot. Okay. So that's something. I think that's a little more what we're going for there. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
Zakimos asks, "You're in a closet? I don't understand how that works." He's in a closet. It's a bigger closet than you're probably thinking of. It's a walk-in closet.
Yeah, it's a walk-in closet. I have enough room for a desk. I'm a big man. I have enough room for big man, big chair, small desk, small computer, water heater, old clothes.
And then X-Ray Junior says, "This is saying after how do you draw your pixels pixel by pixel?" He says, "That's cool. How do you come up with like the bigger texture for mobs in like this one? Do you start with a base color and add to it?"
Oh, cool. I like this question. Yeah. So in this instance, I'll use this because it can be different case to case. In this instance, we knew that it's going to be from the ground, right? These are grown in the ground, so they're going to be dirty and dark and gross. So that's what this color is. Although, again, this is a placeholder. This is going to change. It will probably be higher saturation. It'll probably look better and be brighter. But this gives me a jumping off point visually, so I know the kind of tone and where we're going for.
Sorry, I died.
I
I was choking on rice.
I know where we're going from here, right? So, it just depends on the mob, on what it is. The Decayed, for example, we had several iterations of. Until we've settled on what we have. They were muddy and gross and covered in foliage. what's another good example? What's the scuttler, right? It's we know it's gonna be kind of dusty looking and desaturated.
Well,
So it
Scala,
really,
I completely did the texture and the model the first time, and then
yeah,
you improved it, right? Like I pretty much
yeah,
had the idea for Scala.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But it was I still used what you had.
Yeah, I basically made your base texture,
Yeah,
essentially what it was. Yeah.
I feel like I'm not doing a good job answering the question. Yeah, I
Well,
don't
well,
know.
Blockbench gives you a like template of just like different blocked out colors, and then you draw onto that, and then iterate from there.
Yeah, so it gives me the map, and I can move stuff around. So if I go back over to Blockbench, look at our handsome boy. I can say, hey, this belly, that's not where this belly is. The belly's down over here. And like that's where the texture is now. But it'll give me an outline of where everything works. So, and this is actually really good. So, because I only have to draw this flower once, basically, because it's going to be the same on every side.
Yeah.
This side, and then on this plane, this side and this side. So once I get it looking good once, then it's good all four times. Cool.
Yeah.
Good question. I wish I could do a better job answering it.
That is looking good, actually, the texture now with the petals and stuff. Now that I see it on there.
It's I don't love it.
You don't love anything you do.
No, I don't. That's another thing about me. I feel like this needs to be darker. I feel like my contrasting color, like my darkest shade of green, actually needs to be darker for better shading. So as things get darker, they also get more saturated. Most people don't think about that. But that's a hot tip I have for you.
Interesting.
Oh, it's locked. That's why it's not changing. Because light, so saturation is the concentration of a color. So if something's really saturated, it's very bright, right? It's a lot of that color. If it's not very saturated, it has no color. It's black and white. So light will actually wash out a color. So the darker something is, the less light it has to it, the more color is actually there. Which seems counterintuitive, but that's how the world works, baby.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
What if I have one like it looks like it's kind of like going down onto his head, and then I could draw it onto the top. Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, that could work.
A lot of this is just playing around,
That's like something you could do on one of the sides, so not all of them, just to give it a little bit of extra
Yes.
depth. Depth,
Yeah.
is that the word? Detail. That's probably the better word.
So the brightest pixels, yes. The brightest pixels are going to be on top and to the left. Flowers are hard to shade.
Does that happen on Minecraft mobs? Do they get shaded that way? Like I don't actually know.
Well, it's hard to say, right? Because Minecraft mobs have been around for 13 years. So there's a major gap. Like, look at the Strider versus look at a pig. Or look at a...
Yeah, plus this is technically going to be part of a block as well.
So, yes, exactly. The closest comparison I would have would be a piglin, probably. From like a new example. And they have some shading like that on their belt buckle and stuff.
Interesting.
It's metallic though, but
yeah.
I'm just gonna have to eventually call this good in the edit off stream because I literally will spend 2 hours just on this.
He will.
That's what I do.
Okay. My initial feedback is that I think there's too many colors.
Yeah, too many different shades. I think you're right.
Yeah, in such a small bit.
You're definitely right. What is this song? This is funky. Okay.
Is it meant to be a song?
This. Is it a what?
Is it meant to be a song?
Oh, there should be music. Is there not music?
I don't hear anything. People in chat hear anything.
Well, you're not listening to the stream. You're listening to me through Discord.
Well, yeah, I unmuted. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, interesting. Well, then I'm listening to music for me. So y'all...
Fix it for next time.
Okay, so let's get rid of that. let's copy this. Copy that again. And then we're going to get rid of that little root reaching down. And we're also going to shade this guy a little more. Actually, so let's say that even that little root is casting a shadow.
I think you're on the wrong scene.
Damn it! I need a hotkey.
Yeah, I say that same thing every stream. I need a hotkey to switch scenes.
Let's say this little root's casting a shadow, and that's actually a little darker there.
Interesting.
This is a funky song. Sorry if y'all can't hear it. Okay. So let's go back to Blockbench. There's a lot of tabbing between programs. It'd be easier if I had a... Whoa, that's wrong. It'd be easier if I had a...
Close.
Proper... Why is that doing that? Oh, I just gotta drag that over there. Right there. Oh, that's really bushy. He got a mushroom head.
Yeah, the problem is because the textures are combining, sort of, aren't they?
Yeah. Right.
Can you mirror one side? Because under the texture, there's a little mirror button. Would mirroring one of them help?
No. He's a different mushroom boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave that be for now.
Okay, we'll fix that later.
We'll fix that after. Will he waddle? I want him to waddle. We're not promising waddling, but that was my first question about his animation, basically.
I need to do a stream on animating mobs, because it is not anywhere near as easy as anyone thinks it is. But I would love to make a model as well. Animating mobs is insanely dumb. It's done through like pure math.
Pure math. Don't do math, kids. All right. Let's do something a little bit easier and a little bit subjectively better, and that is the rest of him. That's the wrong one.
He looks like the penguin from Wallace and Gromit. It is true, he does. Yeah.
Oh, he does have a Gromity vibe to him. Okay, so I don't like these colors. These colors are bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna brighten these up. If I do this, so I'm gonna select all these colors. I like the range of them, but I don't like their hue and saturation and everything else. I want them to be more saturated.
I didn't know you could change your palette like that.
Yeah. I want them to be a little darker, look dirtier, but maybe more saturated. I want them to be a little more red and dirty looking. Yeah. I think that's good. A little more red. And then... Okay. Let's see what that does for us. So now I can go in and then dye all of this old brown, this new brown. Boop. There it is. Whoa. Same thing goes for this brown. Wait, does that not change? Oh, did I not change this one? That sucks. Oh, no, I did. Why does it look like that, though?
It's just very similar.
It's just very similar. Interesting. Okay. So, all right. Brown. I don't know why it's so similar. Brown. And then I gotta figure out which of these is which. This is a bad way to do this. Don't do what I do. Learn from my mistakes. This one is this one? That seems wrong. No, that's right, though. This one is this one. This one is this one. Nope. Inverted. This one's this one. This one's this one. This one is this one. Okay. Let's get his eye colors different. And then we're going to shade this boy. I know it seems wild right now, right? That he looks so different and gross. We're going to fix that. So these are the two eye colors. Did I change that? That's where you are. I don't know if I like him. So this is all subjective. find out what I like, what I enjoy. I want these to be darker. I want them to almost look like holes. Darker still.
No, they probably won't have glowing eyes. I don't think that would really fit what we want for these guys.
No, yeah, they're plants basically, right?
Yeah.
They're just like a carrot. A carrot wouldn't.
Carrots have you seen the tongue?
That's true. Yeah, turn you invisible apparently in Minecraft.
Yeah, that's good night vision.
Okay. So we're gonna. There's a handy feature in Sprite where I do this a lot because the colors I'm using gets really muddy. I don't know which, I know the new ones are down here, but I might accidentally use some of these old colors. So I like to go up here and then create palette from current sprite. And that's going to give me just the colors I'm currently using. So that way I don't confuse them. And then I can even go in here and highlight these colors and then sort them by hue. And that helps me even more. Because they're not, before they're all scattered around. I got greens up here, I got the eyes and the blues over here, so I can do that, and it's all a little more tidy. Top of the head's gonna be lighter than this, so let's make that lighter. So a lot of this is figuring out, it's shading mostly. That's most of what I'm doing. It's figuring out where
and there's a good balance. In a
that?
week we'll be like, we don't like what we're doing, and then we'll change it.
Yeah,
that happens a lot.
Definitely.
So what you're saying is still technically placeholder until we decide we like it.
Everything's placeholder until it's released, and even then it could still change.
Yeah. We did change a couple. We changed the toad wart textures after release, didn't we?
Yes. What if I did that and made it look like he had a... Alright, let's see that on the model. I like it. I might need to change it a little more.
I really hope that top gets fixed in a good way.
It will get fixed in a good way.
Yeah, so to recap for those that weren't here at the start, so this guy, they're going to spawn naturally in the dark forests. You'll kill them, and then they will drop seeds. So then you can plant the seeds, and it will basically grow a new one. So you can't breed them like normal animals, and they'll have some other various uses and stuff. You can also share them to get petals of various colors, and yeah, there's a whole thing. But the main thing is you grow them from seeds. It's like a mix between a animal and a plant, basically, is the idea.
You got it.
I got it. Do you guys know the squeaking toad video? I do not.
I think I do. I think I know what you're talking about.
Is it a squeaking toad?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't know how to commentate what I'm doing, honestly.
Yeah. So this guy reminds me that they're functionally completely different. They're not going to function anywhere near the same, but they remind me of the Thorncraft golems, like the little boys that run around doing stuff.
I don't know if I'm familiar with those enough to comment.
I used them a bit in one of our modded series on this channel back in the day. It's not very good.
Yeah,
don't watch it.
The
one with the flying house.
Yeah, that was great. That was probably my favorite modded series we did. Honestly,
it doesn't make a very good video. They're not good videos.
No,
but
it was fun to play. But we shouldn't have made videos.
It was fun to play. No, well, we completely changed our style at some point. The latest modded series is a lot better, but we don't have time to continue it doing other stuff really. Will more looting equal more seeds? Yeah, probably. So they're gonna drop a root, which is them. So they'll only ever drop one of those.
I didn't know that was the concept.
Yes.
Interesting.
Is it not? I mean, that makes
sense.
Head.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You basically pick up a dead version of them.
Yeah, it's no different like a chicken carcass, right?
Yeah. I think it's a little bit more morbid somehow because you don't gut or feather them, so you just carry around a dead body. I don't know.
Right.
There's not much difference.
I think he almost needs ears or something. I feel like he needs some detail on the sides and back.
Yeah.
Let's give him little plant ears.
Ooh. Oh, I think I know how to fix the problem with the head.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The plant head.
What's the problem?
So is it so I think you have to mirror one of the plants?
Oh, you're talking about with the foliage on top of this.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah. Say that. Okay. Okay.
It's like I think that will fix it because it's like reversed on the back, so it's like overriding itself, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'll have to go in and look. I don't really know what
Yeah.
you're asking me to do.
I think just take one of the copies and make one backwards.
I thought I did that though. Did I not?
No. How do you get all the faces to pull from the same texture? So this is because it's a entity model, which is different than an item or block model. Entity models use this like what's called like a UV texture versus a not UV texture. They use a texture map for like everything.
Well, glad you're here to explain things because I wouldn't know what to say to that.
But yeah, entity models have their own limitations and things you need to do. They're a lot more complicated. Like there's a lot of parenting you have to do in specific ways with bones and stuff.
Ugh, it's the worst, folks. It is the worst.
Yeah, because imagine me poorly trying to explain to someone who doesn't understand how to make like skeletons and models and stuff. I think you've basically got it. You did a good job on most of the swamp stuff, and yeah.
You talking to me? I did a good job?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think the owl was the latest one. There was just minor things I had to change on it.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of funky too.
Yeah, that's a funky model for various reasons. Like it has wings that fold out in a weird way. It's quite cool to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's still a work in progress too. So yeah, okay, so this gives it a little bit of depth actually. It's almost like contouring makeup. Not that I would know, but
You're a man.
It's got almost like cheekbones now on the sides. So like at a distance, you're like, oh, it's not just a tube. I mean, he's still a tube man, but it's got some life to it. What were you suggesting I do with this? With the
So go back to your texture.
Oh, to the texture, and mirror the texture.
Yeah, mirror one of the.
Ah, okay.
Things.
I thought you meant in Ace. Okay, or in Blockbench.
Yeah. So mirror one of the flowers.
Yeah, that will do.
I think this will work, but I'm not entirely sure.
Flip
If it doesn't work, then oops.
And
Did it work? Ah.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was like backwards on the other side, so you had to flip it.
Yeah. Oh, that looks so much better. Wow, that's so much better.
Yeah.
See, now we're getting somewhere, folks. What are y'all thinking so far? How far is it out of 10? Probably a good 4.
I'd say a bit high. I'd say it's like a 6, maybe a bit higher than that. I think the flower does need less colors in the palette.
Oh yeah. Trust me, the flower will.
Everyone in the chat thinks it's good. I'm allowed to be critical. he needs me to be critical.
Yeah. Well, I don't need you to be critical. I'm very capable of that on my own.
No, you need me to be critical so you know when I'm being honest when I say it's good.
That's very true. I don't want to always be told it's good because when it's not, then I won't know that. Okay. Yeah. So we're getting somewhere. Let's get this color right here. I'm going to copy and make another shade darker still. Crazy, I know. But trust me, I know what I'm doing. I'm a doctor.
He isn't. Don't trust him.
I have a culinary arts degree. I have no authority to be making pixel art.
That's true. At least my degree's relative, like matters towards this.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Make some fucking cabbage?
I mean, I knew. Yeah, I mean, what do you do? Uh, I used to be a chef. Did y'all know that? That's a fun fact about me. Um, the back of the head is still kind of blank and dumb. So let's give it some. You know how, like, okay, imagine a carrot. Imagine a dirty, gross carrot. Not like you're eating a carrot that's been cooked. Imagine you pluck a carrot out of the ground. It's got all those, like, ridges and little, like,
Yeah.
creases where dirt is. So we're going to
Yeah.
try to emulate that. It's going to be harder to do on such a small canvas as this.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, until it starts looking bad and muddy and not muddy in a good way.
Yeah.
Muddy in a busy way.
We want it to look muddy. We don't want it to look busy.
Busy is a good way to put it. What if I accidentally do that all the time? Okay. I don't think it needs that. I think I'm almost doing all right here. Quit. God, what's the shortcut for pencil? B, for pencil. Okay,
A brush, I think.
that makes sense. And then what is the eyedropper? I for eye. Okay, I need this color.
Classic eye for eye. There's like a famous, like, it's not really famous, but like it's like a saying that people say in New Zealand. It's from, I think it's from like a sports guy, where he said it's O for awesome.
What?
Like when he was like, because you know how awesome kind of sounds like you say OR instead of AWE.
Maybe with your accent.
Yeah, so he said O for awesome, and then that's a thing people say now.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a New Zealand thing, because I say aw.
Yeah,
Aw.
no, it's absolutely a New Zealand thing.
All right, this is all we're doing to the head for today. It's getting there. It needs work still. It's demoralizing. So I've been streaming for an hour now, and I feel like we've gone nowhere. I've done a plant. I've done a I've done a flower that I need to change, and I've done a head I need to change. Interesting. The rest of it shouldn't be as hard. That is the further down we go, the less detailed it's going to be. Because like it's not gonna have eyes and mouths on its belly. That would be cool, but it doesn't. So let's.
Were you gonna move the eyes down for that thing?
Yeah. Right. I forgot about the thing. Let's do that.
The thing, like, we can't say it about. Yeah, that's something you can do. You could add those parts onto the model.
No, not on stream. Are you kidding me?
It's not that hard, is it?
No, not for. I ain't doing that.
Okay.
Looks like he's got like a.
Anime
I like
arms.
that. I actually kind of like that a lot.
So that thing, that should we just say what that thing is? Because it's not particularly secretive. So what we're going to do is we're going to add eyebrows and beards onto them in a semi-random way.
Yeah. So I want each of the colors to have a different type of facial hair based on the color, basically. Does that make sense? So you never know if he's going to have like a goatee or a handlebar mustache or whatever. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, just give them some personality. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And it may get cut. Again, everything you see, that actually looks a lot better already. That just looks better.
Yeah, I think
How do you
it does,
feel
actually.
about the baggy eyes?
I like them.
Good. Okay.
Like when I sort of pitched the mob, this is not what I was pitching at all, but I really like what you did with it.
This man waddles up to you in a forest. What do you do?
Kick him.
This man smooches your girl. What do you do?
So for scale, because that square grid at the bottom is about a block. So he's about a block tall, isn't he? Or just over.
Yeah, he's off center. I just now realized that. That's gonna be such a pain.
Just press Control A and then move it. It's not that hard.
Whoa! Wait, he is just off center. He's an uneven amount of blocks.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
That's better. How we?
I duplicated everything. Oh no. Okay, let's undo that. I probably beat there.
What if they're just two?
Yeah,
Two of them all.
there's two. Actually, let's see what that would look like, and then, whoom. They're multiplying. Whoom. Okay, let's not do that. All right,
No,
I'm gonna shade some body. If you need to go, Sam, you're welcome to go.
I don't need to go. I got nowhere to be.
You seem antsy.
I'm always antsy.
Maybe you're bored on the audience's behalf. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is the.
Check my email.
Oh yeah.
No one sent me an email.
That's good. I'm glad. I'm gonna reorganize these colors again.
I'm gonna check the tracking for something I ordered.
Get tracked. Hue, brightness. Want brightness? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, apparently my item was delivered. I'm gonna go pick that up from my door.
Nice, dude. So this cube right here we're looking at is the top of, it's like the neck basically, but you got a real thick neck. So that is where the head is going to be. And then we'll probably have it do something like that. But we want it to look kind of round. So let's get in here with this and then go much darker on the corner. What's the darkest color I have on the head? Let's go this guy. I need to shade that better though, actually. And then let's go, what's this guy? Yeah. Let's do that. And then maybe this one then is actually what we want next instead. Something like that. Let's see what that looks like. Need hotkey. That's not really what I'm going for. I don't think. Actually, let's shade the top, okay, of this one. Actually might make that look good. If we do the sides of this one and then the top of this one, you'll see what I'm talking about. We'll do that. I love this man so much. Okay. I want this to be people people like the Scuttler and people like the Toad. I want the end product of this man to be this boy to be something people really enjoy and like, oh man, that little rootling, I love the little rootling boy. I have a red one in my base or whatever, and I can't live without him. Something like that. He's my lifeblood. Not you, Sam, if you can hear me. 1, 2, 3, and then is this right? I feel like I'm doing this wrong. 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Gang. The gang's all here. And then we're gonna do this. And actually, I would like a darker shade even. What's the next? I have this shade. I think that's too dark. Welcome back.
It turns out it wasn't delivered, and I misread the tracking page. It was another thing that was delivered. That was already delivered.
2 today.
I know, everything's sad.
Let's do that. Make that a little more red.
Did you answer questions in chat?
Lots of questions in chat, you said?
No, I said, did you answer any?
I did not.
Someone says, port your mods for Minecraft Bedrock, which is not possible, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah. Sorry, bud.
Ain't going to happen.
You can take a crack at it.
Yeah, give it a go.
You give it a go. All right, so let's see how we're coming along. And block bench. Whoa, it's black. It's an abyss. Here it is. That's getting better.
What about Forge? Forge, maybe way in the future, but it will take me about 200 hours plus to port what we've currently got.
Yeah. So if you think about this, we've done 3. We'll just say, we'll be conservative. If we said 50 hours a biome, an update, 50 hours an update to port, there'll be a good 16 or 17 updates maybe total. I don't know. It depends. So you do the math. That's
It's actually way longer than 50 hours an update.
you think? You
To be
think?
honest.
Oh,
Yeah, it
man.
takes me probably 200 hours an update.
200 hours and update.
Yeah.
So 600 hours for what we currently have. You said 200 for what we
Oh,
currently
well,
have.
well, some of it's probably compatible, like in some way. Like the code doesn't. It's still Java code. It's not. The code's not magically gonna delete itself. But I just
Sure.
got to switch all the Fabric stuff over to the Forge stuff, which is not a 1-to-1 conversion. It's not just flicking a button.
Yes.
It's a lot of effort, and I don't want to. I want to stay on Fabric.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Somewhere in our Discord, there's a copy pasta on why we're on Fabric. So just search Fabric, search our name from user Max or Sam, and then quote in Fabric, and you can probably find it.
So it's not an absolute no. I'll never do it. It's probably like not anytime soon, and even then, maybe not because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's more like when the mod is completely finished, and if we don't have other projects going on, we will consider it basically. Okay, so let's shade this bigger boy.
Yeah, we're planning to do all the biomes eventually.
Yeah, that's our intention. I'm not going to put my mother's life on it, but I would be sad if we didn't get to all of them.
Like, because this will be a multi-year project. At some point, we might stop. Like,
yeah, and we'll do other mods and updates in between. For example, today we launched a mod for 1.17. Isn't that nuts, y'all?
Yeah, for the 1.17 snapshots, the Rusty Iron mod, which is mainly because that took me like an afternoon to do. So it wasn't like hard. It's a simple mod. It was just Max made the textures a while ago.
Yeah, I've wanted that mod since that was announced, the copper oxidation, and I made the textures like forever ago.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting somewhere.
Where are we getting?
Not far, but we're getting somewhere. That might be a little too shaded, actually. But I don't hate it.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's good.
It's getting somewhere.
Yeah,
it's better than what we started for sure.
Yeah.
What a fat ass mob, go on a run. Yeah, I don't know. Sam's been reading chat on my behalf, and I haven't looked down a lot. And it's funny, that's the one I see.
Roberto says, I saw iron blocks rusting, but what about the other blocks that rust? What is that? So copper has so it's copper blocks and then there's cut copper. We added a cut iron, which Max used the palette for like cauldrons and hoppers and stuff. So that sort of darker iron for the cut one. It's a good decoration block.
Yeah,
it's just decoration really.
I was trying to think. There's another anvils, hoppers, cauldrons. I think there's one more.
Probably. Imagine gold rusting. Gold doesn't rust. It's this way.
Yeah.
It just exists.
Yeah.
And netherite was the other one we looked at, which in our mind, like netherite's already rusted, like from the ancient debris. So like,
yeah.
Nah.
And something I said in the Discord today was netherite, a good portion of it's gold, so only oxidized so much.
Yeah.
So the little bit it has is probably all it'll ever have in our minds. I don't know. It's a fictional metal. Who knows?
Yeah. As the mountains will be updated on 1.17, will you still update a new mod? Yes. It probably pushes it down our priority list a bit. Because like the same way like oceans aren't high up there because they recently got an update. But we'll do it eventually.
We'll do it eventually is our famous catchphrase.
Yeah. Maybe he runs from all the undead over hostile mobs. Like, yeah, I kind of want them to have a lot of personality, so they'll probably have a decent amount of behavior and interaction with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you thought about letting someone else do the Forge modding? Yeah. I don't really want someone to, because I don't trust anyone to do it to the quality we want. B, I could do it. Like, I have the ability. And it's sort of Yeah, and there's other reasons, but a big one for me is I like it being fabric exclusive because I don't. It's because it's like console exclusive, like getting people to use fabric, like making good mods on fabric is how you get people to use fabric. If everything was ported onto Forge, people would have no reason to use fabric.
It's true.
And so I don't know. I want to support fabric a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
With
people...
and that does mean less downloads for us, but like whatever. It doesn't matter.
If someone really wants to play Biomakeover, they'll give it a go in Fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's getting there. Okay. Can't tab to the right source. There it is. We have some other ideas. We frequently get asked. I'm just making up my own questions now. Heck. We frequently get asked if we're adding a new illager. In case that wasn't clear from previous streams. Strong, maybe. We have something in mind.
Yeah, well, we're reworking the mansions, so I don't know, see what happens in there.
We're gonna build the mansions first, and then what goes in them. Oh, actually, I had an idea for a mob. I haven't even told you that you probably won't like.
Good. I'm glad you haven't told me.
Let's see. Oh, that's almost like a swastika. Let's not do that.
Avoiding swastikas. Man, when they did the glazed terracotta, they had to like find all the combinations of swastikas and like stop them happening. I remember. I think Jim said that at some point.
Yeah,
like
it's
quite like given a few patterns, you can make a few swastikas.
Yeah, that's so funny. That they changed in snapshots a few times, I believe, for that reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got. This is the belly right here. Big belly boy. Okay, actually I need to look at this again. I probably let me rephrase that. I'm not going to finish this on stream today. But we're gonna make some good progress on it.
Because it'll be like 3 hours of you slightly tweaking colors until you like it.
Yeah, and then I'll revisit it again in 2 days and tweak it again, and then a few more days later.
Yeah.
He's getting there, though, I think.
He is. It's looking good.
So I think brown on the corners, and then it goes down to the bottom. Give an illusion of being more round. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's try that.
If you share one with a beard, does it remove the beard? Yes, it will. So, like, and then I think the current idea is they'll grow back with a random color, so they'll have like a different beard or a different mustache and eyebrows and stuff. I think that's the current plan. We might make them grow back as the same color. It's not completely worked out yet. We'll see as I start to implement them. See what feels the best. I think random will be good because it stops you farming them in a weird way, which is good. Kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, well, they're kind of magical, right? So I think them having a little orange is fine.
Requires a bit more effort.
Yeah.
Because the equivalent would be like sheep, right? Where you can dye a sheep and get unlimited amounts of that color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They still haven't fixed the wool recipe, have they? It's still 1-to-1, isn't it?
Are those light blue petals or cyan petals? I think they're cyan, right?
The what you're currently looking at, cyan. The colors we are considering, though, are brown, purple, green, cyan, light blue, and blue. The cyan is actually, in Minecraft, is not that cyan, really.
Yeah, and that cyan color comes directly from the dye, so it is the cyan color that Minecraft uses.
Yeah, this is the cyan. It just looks like light blue.
Yeah. Light blue looks a lot lighter, really.
Yeah. Okay. That needs to be a little thicker, I think. Okay. You guys having fun? Is this entertaining? Are you enjoying this? You can be honest.
My back hurts. I'm slouching.
What'd you say?
My back hurts because I'm slouching.
Oh, don't slouch. I got a new chair. Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't. That's cool. I got a new chair.
Did I?
What?
Did I?
I got a new chair. No, you didn't tell me.
Oh. Yeah, I got a new chair when I got a new mic.
Nice. Are they nomads or do they have a home? and it is entertaining. That's good. So I think they're just going to swarm like animals and just sort of go around to maybe interact with the world a little bit more than a normal animal would.
Yeah, I agree.
Entertainment is watching a guy changing pixels.
You got
It's
man,
true.
you know.
You know.
You know.
Hey, if you're entertained and you're not subscribed, maybe hit the
Oh,
subscribe button.
slick, brother. Look at that.
And then if you're worried about missing streams, there's this little bell icon, and then when you hit it, it asks you if you want to be notified, and you're like, yeah, and then it will notify you on your devices when there's a stream.
And the beautiful thing about it, folks, is that if you happen to miss a stream because you couldn't watch one, we have a playlist link in the description to watch past streams. Now, I will recommend that you give it a good day at least to process, because from my own personal experience, watching someone's stream, like their VOD, right after they did it, it lags a lot because like YouTube is like doing some weird processing or something. So
Yeah,
that's also available.
50% watching this stream right now aren't actually subscribed.
Don't even. I hate that statistic. Here, I'm gonna rant. Y'all ready? Okay. So
Let's do this. I was trying to. I knew he
you're poking me. I know. I'm passionate about certain things, folks. Okay. So every big YouTuber now, every big YouTuber is like, look at this statistic, and they usually pull up a screenshot from Google Analytics or YouTube Analytics, and they'll say, wow, dude, 63% of my subscribers aren't subscribed, or viewers aren't subscribed. That's crazy. And sometimes they have a stylized version. It's like completely fake. So that intro, they've probably used it 20 times on every video they upload. And that not only is that information now antiquated, but that's not what the analytic is saying. The analytic is saying watch time from subscribers, not the amount of subscribers you have. You can have one subscriber watch 20% of your total watch time of a video. It's not 20% of your viewers are subscribers. So they don't know how to read their own analytics, or they know and they're lying to you. Isn't that poof, mind-boggling? We just got a subscriber. Look at that.
Thanks, because 40% of the people watching the stream subscribe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but basically they're misreading the statistic, and that's not what the statistic says.
Yes. That's what I was trying to say, I guess.
Thank you, Jake the Destroyer, if that was you then.
I think it was. Okay, let's go back to Ace Bright. I want to do the belly. His main belly.
I know exactly what'll get Max ranting, and it's great.
Don't talk about bay leaves as a garnish either. I'll rant about some food, people.
Because I disagree with you about the bay leaves as well, so that's quite
You're
funny.
wrong. You are dead wrong. There's few hills I will die on, and bay leaves is one of them.
What about the end of jalapenos?
I don't have a strong opinion on that. I'm angry at that Gus Johnson video because the Gus Johnson video is bad and dumb, but his some of his points are valid.
That's true. Okay, I remember you yelling at me about that for a while.
Because he thinks he thinks that the
I got it.
It's just okay. It's so far removed. I can't. It's just I'm sorry. It's so far removed from what's happening. I can't. All right. All right.
So anyway, hello Max K. He thinks the mob looks cool. Why is he using the swamp flower though? It does kind of look like the swamp flower. It's not.
Yeah, the fact that you think it's the swamp flower makes me feel nice.
Yeah, but it's good, but it's not. It's similar colors. Is the swamp flower cyan? It is, right?
Yeah. Here, I'll bring them both.
Yeah.
Up. Might as well, right?
What could happen if you bone meal the mob? Maybe they have some interaction for bone mealing. That's a good point.
That could be fun. Yeah, let's think about that. Why is there not? Oh, I'm in
Blue
items, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in items, not block.
We spent so much time in the swamp, we don't know what the name of the flower is.
Oh, I know what the name is. I was just in the wrong folder.
I did. Well, I did. I probably could have figured it out, but I forgot.
So this, where is my root link?
Bone mealing them could bring back their flowers, or like make it come quicker. something. That's a
Yeah.
simple.
Sure. Almost like a like giving it bone meal is almost like the mob growth cooldown.
Yeah,
So like there's like a cooldown until it regrows unless it does something else to manually trip it, and giving it bone meal like halves that or something.
yeah.
So it does, the colors by intention are similar.
I agree. Blue
But they're not.
orchids are the best flowers.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Aesthetically, I love putting, if I have a little flower pot in my base, I like a little orchid. Man, this is getting messy now. Is this the next shade? I got so much I gotta do off camera. All right. Oh, that looks
Do you think
bad.
World Gym will change completely on 1.17? And if it does, will it be too hard to pass the mod to update? No, it won't be a big update in terms of what I have to do. Most of the work was done in 1.16.2, I think, or was it 1.16 point? Yeah, I think it was 1.16.2. You like a lot of mods kind of got stuck for a little bit in Fabricland, at least. I don't know what happened on Forge. I assume it was the same because the world gene completely changed where they added data pack world gen, and that was most of the work for 1.17 already, I believe. There's a few minor things. But look, I've been since we added that rusted. Well, since I was developing that rusted iron mod, I had a quick look around at the world gen stuff, and it looks pretty much the same. It's a couple of small things, but I don't think it'll be a hard update at the moment, at least. The underground biomes aren't in yet, so maybe that will affect it, but I have a feeling it won't.
How does this Whoa, I moved this. Whoops. How does it simultaneously look undershaded but noisy? How do... it looks.
I think it kind of looks like he's.
The back's not as bad.
I don't know actually. Him versus fire, what happens? That's a good question. Maybe they take double fire damage or something.
Yeah.
Charcoal. That's into charcoal. Yeah.
Oh, if they die to fire, they could drop charcoal. That's not actually a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Or is that too? Is that too overpowered?
It's too automatable.
Because then you could just grow charcoal. Yeah, that might be a balance issue.
Maybe if they're on fire and a player kills them. Something like that.
Something. There's something there. I like your the cut of your jib.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Squeaky Piston Productions says, I think you should stick with the lighter tones at the top. As you traverse down, the texture gets muddier.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I just haven't done a good job yet.
Maybe like the wolves attack these guys, and like there's a way to automate charcoal if you set them on fire and then like a wolf kills them or something.
Nah, I don't like that. It wouldn't make like wolves wouldn't attack these guys because wolves would think these guys are plants, right?
Right. I don't think owls should attack them because otherwise they'll all die.
No. These guys are more plant than they are animal.
Yeah, the owls attack quite a few things. Like they'll attack rabbits and stuff, and they're like chickens. They'll just murder everything pretty quickly, which is fine. Yeah, chickens should attack them. Probably not. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that might make sense because chickens do attack. Yeah, I thought thinking about that makes some sense.
That would change chickens from being passive to neutral, though.
No, because they wouldn't attack you. They just eat plants.
Interesting. Okay.
That's something we could do.
Yeah, there's a lot here. These guys are potentially fun. Potentially a lot.
I kind of don't want anything to hunt them particularly though, because I kind of want them to exist in the world without just dying.
Yeah, same. I don't think they would have a natural predator. I think they are more of an invasive species.
Sheep could eat the plant off them or something. That could be a thing.
Yeah, or goats.
Yeah, sheep or goat.
When we get goats,
even chickens. Maybe animals could eat the plant off them, but not actually hurt them. That might be something.
Yeah, that could be something. This is.
I think I have a problem with on facing him on the left side of the body. It's just like a straight line down of mud.
Facing him left hand side. Oh yeah. No, I mean you're critiquing thing that's like hours from being done.
All right. Sorry.
I'm trying to get a frame of where I want there to be mud, and then I'll detract and shade. I think.
Were we still doing the thing with the water with them?
That was the initial plan. I don't know if you would.
Yeah. Well, the initial plan was they need to be in water to grow their plants back. Because William there asked if they sink, what happens. So I don't know if they're just going to grow over time, but yeah, they're definitely going to float.
Yeah, every mob floats except for I guess zombies. Skeletons might not. I don't remember if skeletons float or not.
Will you change 1.17 cave biomes to? Maybe. Probably not for a while. Maybe the rootling and a new mob could have a symbiotic relationship where one eats the flower to feed that mob. Yeah, I don't think it would be a new one. I think it would just be sheep or goats or something along those lines. Maybe an owl. I don't know. We'll think about it. Oh, pigs, yeah, because pigs eat like beetroots and potatoes. These are like roots as well.
Yeah. I don't like this.
Pretty much any animal could eat them, really.
Yeah.
Maybe not like cows. Cows eat grass. I don't know. But pretty much only. Do cows eat like other plants that aren't like grasses?
Cows will eat flowers and stuff. Cows will eat clover and other stuff.
There's
specific cheeses or dairy or even ice creams can have different flavor profiles based on the cow's diet.
Interesting.
Shout out to anybody from Wisconsin.
Why?
I don't know. A lot of cheese production up there. A lot of cheese and dairy. It's just all cheese and dairy. So.
Hey there, Jasper.
I think I'm done. I think I'm done streaming. I'm not done with the mom. I can't. I'm placing and replacing the same pixels, and I can't get anything I like. I may have to scrap all this. I think I'm going to scrap all of it. So I'm not going to continue to waste my time trying to shade something I don't like. No, I don't like any of it.
Don't worry about this. Is just what he does. Don't worry about it. Okay, cool.
We're keeping the mob. Everything's some iteration of what you're seeing here is going to be what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't like any of it. I think all of it's bad. The face is okay.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming out.
Yeah, again, you can watch this if you want. This live stream or other past live streams, they're unlisted in a playlist on our channel or in the description of this. Join our Discord if you haven't.
Yeah. In our Discord, I'm going to probably soonish start posting these actually in the game. That's probably not too far off, so if you want to see the progress of them in there.
Oh, interesting, yeah. I need to do the bones and stuff of them. So
yeah.
I'll probably do that, so you can do that, and then I'll work on the texture in my own time.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by.
And anything else you want to add?
Penis.
No, don't penis. Thanks for watching. See you guys.
Goodbye.